you being a lady contesting yourself, how do you see this situation?
BJP has given us enough of representation. Out of 13 seats that BJP is contesting, 3 seats are for women. I am one of them. Aam Aadmi Party, on the other hand, has not even given one ticket to any women. And you see, they even tried to stop me from contesting by rejecting my retirement case and all that.
But
So
they are
that's
playing it up against BJP that she was planted by BJP, Swati Maliwal, if you're talking about her.
You can also see the way they have beaten up their own MP. Even if they made her contest the election, they sent her to the parliament, but now they have beaten her up. So that's the amount of respect they have for women. Whatever it is, that's just an allegation. But then beating up a woman like that, she's after all their MP, isn't it? They chose her, they made her a member of the parliament, and now they're beating her up.
Your father-in-law, your husband himself is a politician, and it is not a new business to you. In fact, you must be very much, through with this. But given that you have chosen a party, different party altogether, the BJP, to align with, how did they react when?
My husband has always been with me. It's because of him, it's because of his support that I got this ticket. My father-in-law had some emotional attachment with the Akali Dal. That was purely emotional.
Okay.
He's not satisfied with the working of Akali Dal, he's not satisfied with Akali Dal leadership. Now he realizes that BJP is the only party that has plan, that's vision, that's growing. None of the other parties can do it. So he's with us.
AIMS is a controversial, everybody is trying to bag its credit to them.
AIMS came up in Himachal, AIMS came up in Haryana, AIMS came up in Jammu and Kashmir. So AIMS came up in Punjab. That's part of BJP policy. How can Akali Dal take that credit when there was the foundation stone laying ceremony for AIMS? When Modi ji came to Bathinda, it was same Harsimrat who was thanking Modi ji for the AIMS, and now she's trying to take the credit. Harsimrat had food processing department, and she did nothing in that. She was Minister for Food Processing for 7 years, and not even a single unit of food processing has come up in Bathinda.
Ma'am, given that you are a BJP candidate and there is some sort of resentment by the farmers, especially in the Malwa region,
there are few people planted by AAP, planted by Akali Dal, who come forward with flags and try to interrupt the campaign.
Isn't it, affecting your campaign because it's not a level playing field?
So, yeah, there's no level playing field because the AAP and the Akali Dal, they're both interrupting the BJP campaign. But at the same time, the people, the voters, they are not liking it. They are not liking this kind of situation, and they are now turning against these parties and in favor of BJP, because now they know that law and order, if they really need law and order in Punjab, they need BJP.
There is a notion here that Akalis have dominated this Lok Sabha constituency with the iron fist, and they've also tried to intimidate people here. Have you sensed any such thing till now?
And that's happening. They're trying to do it.
Are they trying to sabotage your campaign?
They're trying to do that. But when people are not with them, they can't do anything. Also, they have a huge lot of anti-incumbency against the Akali Dal, and especially against Harsimrat, because she has practically done nothing for people and she has no connection with people. It's her attitude which is now affecting, that's changing people's mind against her.
Hello and welcome to the Savera. This is Tinkle before you. Today we are in the heart of Malwa in the Lok Sabha constituency of Bathinda. And today joining us is bureaucrat turned politician, Mrs. Parampal Kaur Sidhu. Hello ma'am, thank you for joining us.
Hello, thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for giving us time after a long day full of rallies. How does it feel in such scorching heat, to campaign for 15 to 16 hours altogether?
It feels good. It feels good when people are with you. So BJP is performing very nice in Bathinda. People are with us. We are going to win with a big margin. So it feels good.
Okay. So the sentiments of the public you have gauged already. How do you feel the winds are turning into your favor?
So because none of the other parties is able to, is capable enough of making their prime minister or making a government at the center. You see, the Aam Aadmi Party is contesting elections from only 22 seats, I suppose. The Badal Dal is contesting only 13 seats. And the Congress probably 200 and something like that. So BJP has already won 3 seats. One of the MPs who won unopposed in Surat, he's contesting, he's campaigning here for me at Sardulgarh.
Okay.
So BJP is going to win with the big margin. We are going to get 400 plus seats.
Okay, do you stick to that narrative of 400 plus? Because since your party has stopped saying it in public rallies now.
No, we have already won 3 before the elections. So it's 397.
Given that the voter turnout is, decreasing in the phases we've seen so far in the 5 phases, the voter turnout has been low. And which, the opposition also is coming up with things like Dakshin mein Safa and Uttar mein half. How do you react to that?
No, voter turnout can be low because of the, the weather or maybe whatever reason. Maybe the voter turnout is low because they have lost interest in other parties. So maybe that's the voter of the other parties which did not turn out.
Okay, so the BJP's turnouts is coming in flocks in voting.
Yeah, of course, because when the Aam Aadmi Party people come to know, they realize that they are not going to form a government at the center with only 22 seats. So what enthusiasm do they have to come out to vote? So they remain silent. That's what I think.
Okay. Before we take on more political conversation, I want to take your attention to the representation of women in the elections. There are 328 candidates contesting elections in Punjab with 13 Lok Sabha seats and 5 major parties. If we talk about these 5 major parties, there are 65 candidates and only 6 women candidates. Why do you think this representation is very low relatively if compared to other states? You being a lady contestant yourself, how do you see this situation?
See, I don't know much about other parties, but then if you consider BJP has given us enough of representation. Out of 13 seats that BJP is contesting, 3 seats are for women. I am one of them. Aam Aadmi Party, on the other hand, has not even given one ticket to any women. And you see, they even tried to stop me from contesting by rejecting my retirement case and all that. So they continuously were a hindrance to my being a candidate. Aam Aadmi Party, then moreover, you can also see the way they have beaten up their own MP. Even if they made her contest the election, they sent her to the parliament, but now they have beaten her up. So that's the amount of respect they have for women.
But so they are playing it up against BJP that she was planted by BJP. Swati Maliwal, if you're talking about her, she was planted by BJP and she's come to disrupt the elections ahead of the polls on May 25th.
Whatever it is, that's just an allegation. But then beating up a woman like that, she's after all their MP, isn't it? They chose her. They made her a member of the parliament and now they're beating her up. How can they throw up such
That
allegations?
is a bloat on their party, true. Given that you come from a family of politicians, your father-in-law, your husband himself is a politician, and it is not a new business to you. In fact, you must be very much, through with this. But given that you've chosen a different party altogether, the BJP, to align with, how did they react when you announced that you were going to take this political plunge with Bharatiya Janata Party?
My family?
Yeah. How did they react?
No, my husband has always been with me. It's because of him. It's because of his support that I got this ticket after all. My father-in-law had some emotional attachment with the Akali Dal. That was purely emotional.
Okay.
He's not satisfied with the working of Akali Dal. He's not satisfied with the Akali Dal leadership. But he had some emotional relationship because he has been there for long. But then as we started contesting and some things happened in between too, and then now he realizes that BJP is the only party that has plan, that's vision, that's growing. None of the other parties can do it. So he's with us and he's supporting me.
Okay. That's great. And if these two parties were in alliance, would your political plunge would be the same? Would you still join BJP or would there have been a difference?
There could be a difference.
If they were in alliance, if Shromani Akali Dal and BJP
even... Because number one, I wouldn't have been made a candidate from Bathinda because already Harsimrat had that seat. So maybe things would have been different. Working with Akali Dal, I would have to think. Working with BJP, that's like, I enjoy it.
Oh, great. So you've made several remarks that you were impressed with BJP, their way of working and the developments they have done. What, in respect with Punjab and especially in Bathinda, what key developments have they done to, which impressed you, which touched you?
As far as Bathinda is concerned, see, many things have happened.
Hmm.
The infrastructure, the road network,
Hmm.
the aims that's come up at Bathinda.
AIMS is a controversial, everybody is trying to bag its credit to them. Shromi Akali Dal is saying that it was their efforts that they brought up AIMS in Bathinda.
See, AIMS came up in Himachal, AIMS came up in Haryana, AIMS came up in Jammu and Kashmir. So AIMS came up in Punjab. That's part of BJP policy. How can Akali Dal take that credit when there was the foundation stone laying ceremony for AIMS? When Modi ji came to Bathinda, it was same Harsimrat who was thanking Modi ji for the AIMS. And now she's trying to take the credit. She's also trying to take the credit for the road network, for the expressways and highways, which is Nitin Gadkari ji's department. Harsimrat had food processing department and she did nothing in that. You can go around the Lok Sabha constituency and find out not even a single unit in 7 years. In 7 years of her ministerial, she was Minister for Food Processing for 7 years. And not even a single unit of food processing has come up in Bathinda, in spite of the fact that farmers need it, employment generation is need of the hour, still nothing has been done.
She's been MP for 15 long years. It's over a decade. And why do you think, despite her doing nothing, people are vesting their faith in them?
See, at that time, Akali Dal was in alliance with BJP. She had a fixed vote bank that the BJP had. Secondly, she was like, it was the ruling party in Punjab. For 10 years, Akali Dal was ruling party in Punjab. So she had that support also. So otherwise also, she was in alliance with BJP. And last time she won in the urban areas, she got more votes. That was BJP vote bank.
Coming back to your VRS controversy, that made to news for a very long period of time. How do you see that? Before joining the Bharatiya Janata Party, you said that you've received your documents from Delhi itself, but later it became in controversy. Bhagwant Mann tweeted about it, and now they have denied you the VRS and denying you all the post-retirement benefits also. How do you see this step by them?
See, I had applied for VRS. The Punjab government did not accept it. Later it was accepted by the central government and they could do it under some rules. Only the notification was to be done by the Punjab government. It was just a formality, which they didn't do. So the controversy cropped up again. Then because the nominations were coming near, I just gave in my resignation. And that in that case, the central government had the power to accept that as well as notify that. So I got the retirement.
Okay. So are you planning to take up this legally after that?
I'll have to see. Right now, I'm focusing only on elections.
Okay, great. So, ma'am, given that you are BJP candidate and there is some sort of resentment by the farmers, especially in the Malwa region, if we talk about the Sangrur Lok Sabha constituency, the Ludhiana Lok Sabha constituency, and now Bathinda also.
See, I would interrupt.
We have been to villages. I'm sorry. We have been to villages. There are 11 questions that they have stated. How do you, answer to them? Are you allowed to campaign in the villages?
See, I'm campaigning in the villages. I'm getting very good response from the villages. There are few people planted by AAP, planted by Akali Dal, who come forward with flags and try to interrupt the campaign. But I can see their pictures on Akali Dal's Facebook. I can see their pictures on, Aam Aadmi Party's Facebook.
Okay.
So they are their people.
Okay.
They have been planted by them. Farmers are actually not protesting. Farmers are with us. And if there's any issue, if there are any demands, I will certainly vote for farmers. I will certainly take up their issues in the parliament. But then they are not farmers. They are people planted by AAP and Akali Dal.
AAP and Akali Dal. The Akali Dal have openly been saying that, the way the centre planted keels before entering Delhi, you should also blockade them to enter the BJP. Isn't it, affecting your campaign because it's not a level playing field?
So yeah, there's no level playing field because the AAP and the Akali Dal, they are both interrupting the BJP campaign. But at the same time, the people, the voters, they are not liking it. They are not liking this kind of situation, and they are now turning against these parties and in favor of BJP, because now they know that law and order, if they really need law and order in Punjab, they need BJP. So that's why we are getting more support. The more they oppose us, the more support we are getting.
Speaking of the support also, the former finance minister of Punjab, Manpreet Singh Badal, finally gave a statement on Sunday in a short video, given that his health is not well, that, people should come and vote in favor of BJP. He mentioned a lot about Modi and Shah duo, but he didn't mention anything about you, the candidate, actually representing the constituency, which is, not very much sitting well with the public. How do you respond to that?
See, public votes on its own. Voting has now become a very, very private affair. Of course, Manpreet ji is in BJP. He has to support BJP. It's nice that he said something in favor of BJP in spite of his ill health. I welcome that. But then, public has to form its own opinion based on BJP's performance, based on BJP's performance at the center, based on BJP's performance in other states, which the people have certified that they're performing well. So, Manpreet ji's video will of course add to that.
But not mentioning you, the candidate, it's a big subject. The candidate who is representing the party is not mentioned in the entire 4.5 minute video. That caters to some speculations among the public also.
No, actually, I don't believe in that. Maybe, it's just a matter of omission. Otherwise, if he supports BJP, I'm a BJP candidate after all. So, if he supports BJP, he's indirectly supporting me.
In Bathinda, ma'am, as we speak of, there are various type of cancers coming up, and it has been a long standing issue in Bathinda. The basic necessity of clean drinking water and environmental concerns have been rising up like any other district in Punjab. How do you plan to address them? See, if voted to power on June 1, as you say.
Already BJP has done a lot for the health. The aims that came up, then the schemes like Ayushman Bharat. There are these are number of steps that BJP.
But these steps are like after the people, get deterioration of their health. The aims will help them after they get cancers, and the policies, life insurance policies will help them after they are, in bad health. What are we doing to, avoiding them or curing?
BJP has already tried to bring safe drinking water to every household. That's on the BJP's agenda. Otherwise, also the BJP, since it says that by 2047 it's going to make India a developed country. What does a developed country mean? It means best of health infrastructure, best of other infrastructure, employment, everything. It means everything, including the environment. You can become a developed country only by sustainable development, because that's something the whole world is aspiring for. So I think, already lots.
It's been 10 years for BJP also. They could not bring this thing, they could not address this issue in Bathinda and Sangrur.
No, cancer is not there only in Bathinda. Cancer is all over the world.
It's all over the world. If we talk about Punjab, the southern belt is very much affected by cancer because of the chemicals used in the agriculture things also, and the industry emissions also. But none of the parties, not Shromani Akali Dal or the BJP, who were also in alliance in the last 10 years, it's a long time, they've not addressed it.
It's now become, there are lifestyle issues also. The diet we eat, the way we live, everything has changed. Cancer is not only there in Bathinda, it's all over, all over Punjab, all over India. And also the type of cancer. The breast cancer is most common among women. It's common among women all over the world. Prostate cancer is more common with men. There's no different kind of cancer here. Had there been some different cancer here, maybe skin cancer, maybe, maybe cancer of the gastric system or something like that, then we would have to check what's wrong. But otherwise, The cancer that we have
But
here
the
is
major
common
cancers
cancer.
are, coming up from the environmental concerns like the drinking water. It's already a red zone. It's not a secret anymore. It is the water which is causing such things.
So that's why I told you that BJP has already made a target of, providing safe drinking water to every household.
When
And
will
they
it
didn't-
reach Bathinda?
I think in Bathinda, every household now has a drinking water from the waterworks, not from the, they don't use that groundwater anymore for waterworks. It's canal water, which is treated, which is given to the households. It's already there.
Okay, let's move on to our next question, ma'am. Are you coming from a bureaucracy, field, and now it is politics? They two are very different. It is one, commands, and the one seeks from the public. How do you take on this role?
Both are public service.
But
As
in a
a-
very different nature.
No, not in a different nature. I never behave differently with the public.
Hmm.
In office also, I treated people like, they are my brothers and sisters. They used to come to me because we were in politics since long. So I see no difference. That is also public service. This is also public service. I don't see any difference.
All right. And also, ma'am, there are some narratives that BJP and Shromani Akali Dal, when they were in alliance, you were promoted as an IAS. They said that there is a narrative that they helped you with the
No.
promotion. How do you respond to such allegations?
See, that's a matter of record. It's a matter of record. There were 2 seats and there had to be a panel of 10 people. 10 people applied for it. All 10 were sent for the interview to UPSC. Then the final selection had to be done by Union Public Service Commission. The same UPSC which otherwise selects the IAS officers. If we are trying to put any allegation on UPSC, that means we are seeing all the selections.
Questioning the entire
Yeah.
administration.
So it's a matter of record. There
Okay.
was no...
And also, ma'am, there is a notion here that Akalis have dominated this Lok Sabha constituency with the iron fist, and they've also tried to intimidate people here. Have you sensed any such thing till now?
And that's happening. They're trying to do it.
Are they trying to sabotage your campaign?
They're trying to do that. But when people are not with them, they can't do anything. Also, they have a huge lot of anti-incumbency against the Akali Dal and especially against Harsimrat. Because she has practically done nothing for people and she has no connection with people. It's her attitude which is now affecting, that's changing people's mind against her. So, although they're trying to interrupt my campaign.
In what ways are they interrupting you? Because there is a notion that if people vote for you, there is some hidden pact between Akalis and BJP. Because, given that you had an alliance for 25 years, so there is a notion amongst public that BJP and Akalis are the same thing. If the vote will go to the same kitty.
No, they are not the same thing. They are not same thing anymore. Because BJP so far was maybe dependent upon Akali Dal. And Akali Dal was actually depending upon BJP for their, victories. Now BJP has come out, it's growing, and people are also supporting it. So BJP, since it's winning with a big margin, there's hardly any, we don't have anything common with them now.
Okay, so how, coming back to the same question, how they are interfering with your public rallies and campaign?
Through the so-called farmers.
Okay.
And then also there is a lot of intimidation. They're trying to, intimidate people. They're also trying to, spread some rumors that we have some alliance, that I am a dummy candidate. They did a lot of those things. But now people understand. Now people are trying to understand and people are with Modi. And they know that since the government is going to be of BJP, everyone is trying to support BJP.
And also, many BJP insiders, have given such a statement that your nomination from Bathinda was a tit-tat move against Sukhbir Badal, who has fielded former BJP MLA Anil Joshi against BJP's candidate Taranjit Singh Sandhu. So, BJP has come up with this tit-tat move. How do you respond to that?
Oh, actually, what I feel is they fielded me because I was a woman candidate. Also, BJP maybe in 2027, they are trying to, put 1/3 women in the field. They are also trying to, bring forward the reservation bill for women in Lok Sabha and Vidhan Sabhas. So according to that policy, I was fielded being a woman. It was nothing to do with this, tat or something like that.
Okay. I suppose we are running low on time. I would like to conclude this conversation with this is the prestige battle for Akali Dals. They have all the hopes. It is a stake of survival for Akali Dal, this Bathinda Lok Sabha constituency, which they've been winning it. It is their bastion. And who do you think is your real rival here, given that all the 5 major parties, Congress, Aam Aadmi Party, Shromani Akali Dal of Badals in Amritsar, who do you think is your major rival to the least, if we have to put them in order?
That's very hard to decide. People sometimes say that I have competition with Akali Dal. Some say I have competition with AAP, some say I have competition with Congress. But they always keep me in the competition. So the second one, who is it, I don't know. But I think BJP is going to win up with a big margin. There's hardly any competition.
All right, ma'am. Thank you so much for your time. It's been lovely talking to you.
Thank you.
So that was BJP candidate for you, Parampal Kaur Sidhu, exuding confidence that they are going to come in power on June 4 when the results are declared. But this claim will come to test on June 1 and will be for us to see on June 4 what are the results. Till then, for major news updates and continuous coverage of elections, stay tuned to the Savera.